ladies and gentlemen, this photo that you're looking at is the press briefing room up at the White House being sanitized. Many people are blaming Trump for the outbreak of COVID-19 up at the White House and how it has spread to many people within his inner circle that are sick. And there's probably many more up there that are sick. And to be honest with you, like I have said before, I believe they have been sick this whole time, y'all. I think the illness probably started as early as March up in the White House, but they have kept silent about this thing. But as you can see, it's really bad. People are now calling the White House the hot spot, or, the new epicenter in the US. It's that bad. So I have some audio that I want you to listen to from NPR. So it is reckless Trump placing White House staff at risk of COVID-19, Arthur says. So this is October 7th, 2020. See if I can get this.
When the president staged his return to the White House on Monday night, he was a patient infected with coronavirus walking into a building where many people work. It's a place where many other people have tested positive. The president's advisor, Stephen Miller, is among the latest. Well, what does this mean for the staff? And by that, I mean the permanent staff, the non-political staff who work in the White House. Kate Anderson Brower is the author of The Residence, for which she interviewed more than 50 White House staff, and she's on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Steve. Thanks for having me.
So I guess we're talking about all kinds of people here, right? Ranging from people who just kind of staff the residence, maids and that sort of thing, all the way through to, well, what? I mean, it must be every kind of job in there.
That's right. There are about 90 of them. So you have butlers, ushers, painters, engineers, plumbers. It's a huge universe of people that most people don't even know exists at the White House.
And obviously they're all classed as essential employees in this circumstance.
Well, the White House released a statement yesterday where they said there are 8 to 10 of them working in the residence on a rotating shift. And normally there are several more in the residence. So these are the people who have direct contact with the president and the first lady. They're the people you'd be the most concerned about. And primarily they're the butlers and the housekeepers on the second floor of the White House.
What precautions, if any, are they taking or allowed to take?
We know, according to the White House, they are wearing PPE, personal protective equipment, and surgical masks. The White House even issued a statement saying they have a well-being consultant who is available to talk to them, but this is still putting them at risk. And these are people who feel a great deal of pressure to work. They have mortgages to pay. So it is reckless to put them in this position.
When you say they feel pressure to work, they have mortgages to pay, is this a high-paying job to be part of the permanent staff of the White House?
No, it really is not. These are federal government employees. They serve at the pleasure of the president. They have to serve a certain number of years in order to get their pensions. So they can make anywhere between 30 and 40 grand to 6 figures, over 100 grand. These are the people who are the executive pastry chef, the head housekeeper. But the majority of them do not make a huge deal of money, and they are so dedicated to the president, whoever the president is. They serve from one administration to the next, regardless of party. And, I've interviewed several of them in the past couple of days, several former workers, and they're very concerned for their friends who are still working in the White House.
Well, let's talk about that, because there have been news reports in recent days about members of the Secret Service, that at least some of them are very unhappy. They're asking, why does the president keep putting us at risk by disregarding basic safety precautions? Are you hearing the same kinds of concern from the resident staff, or at least from the former staff you're able to talk with?
Yes, and 2 of the former staff served during the Trump administration who I've spoken with the other two were there during the Obamas. And all four of them said, this is a terrible position to put our friends in. We are losing sleep over it. This is not that big of a house. It's an old house. It needs upkeep. And you need to have somebody there to serve the president. So it's really the butlers, I'm hearing, and the housekeepers who are at the greatest risk.
What was the alternative, though? I mean, he is the president and someone needs to take care of him.
Well, the alternative would have been staying at Walter Reed and not coming back so soon while he's still battling the coronavirus.
One other thing, just to be clear on, a lot of these are people of color, is that right?
That is the case for the butler staff. It's historically been a job that many African Americans have held. It's a very prestigious job, obviously. They have great respect for the institution of the presidency.
Kate Anderson Brower, who also has a forthcoming children's book on the residents. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Steve.
Yes. And the housekeeping staff, ladies and gentlemen, is mostly Black and Hispanics up there. And they're right. They have the closest contact with the president. So I think it's wrong. I think the White House really needs to be shut down and completely disinfected, give people a chance to recover if they have COVID, and then come back to work. But the way they're doing this refusal to close down and refusal to, give people the much needed time to heal, I think that's wrong. And I think it's wrong to make people serve you when you know you are infected. There's a lot of people that don't agree with what Trump did. There's a lot of people that feel he should never have left the hospital. He really should have stayed at least until he tested negative. But this man left still being contagious, and he wants to continue to expose himself to the staff at the White House. So he has no regard, don't care. I think if you thought this man gave a shit about anything, just know now. And he's showing the public he don't even care about the public. He stopped the stimulus talks until after the election. He doesn't even care about the public. Cares about no one but himself. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.